Hey, welcome back to ADHD Engineering. Today we're going to turn this piece of stainless steel bar stock into the bridge for the bass guitar on the Marble Machine X. Get into this little Tony mode here. Alright, 100 millimeters. Right around there. Now, I think if you just put a Sharpie line on this, I think that's what does it. You just... Now, this works for Tony. Let's see. It's called a jump cut. Oh, it's so funny. A jump cut. You're so... Alright, so timeout. I shot this footage a year ago, and because I didn't have anything else to kind of follow that footage up with that's also funny, I kind of just sat on it. You know, there are a lot of things that I am. I'm an inventor, an entrepreneur. There's a whole list of things that I am, and comedic genius isn't one of them. So I hope you forgive me. I'm still figuring out the kind of the gist of this channel and how things are going to flow. But I got the rest of the footage to show you of how I actually made this bridge. And I think it's interesting, especially for Marble Machine fans, because this bridge has already has its own kind of funny end story once it got onto the bass. And so hopefully you'll like this footage. And what's cool about it is that the music you'll hear going over it is music made from the instrument I made this part for. So there's that. So this is funny. I actually got this part dialed in terms of speeds and feeds, and it looked a little weird as I was cutting this, and then I realized the Tormach has a high speed and a low speed position on the belt, and it was in the low speed position, so oops, crash. Yeah. This is the speed that belt was supposed to be going. A lot faster, and I actually reduced the depth of cut a little bit, and it was able to face off this part a lot better, I think. And here I'm engraving, but I'm only engraving one letter before I break the drill bit, the engraving bit, and I don't realize it until the very end, and I see that all I have is the A. I did a lot better on the second one. Drilling. These are deep peg drills. I actually did everything with a 1/8 drill first because I had a recipe for deep drilling with the 1/8 inch drill, cobalt drill, that worked really well. I knew the speeds and feeds and they were perfect, and so I just used that as a first op drill just because I knew I wouldn't break the drill bit. I had that recipe just dialed in, and then I did the other side, the other holes, larger sizes as needed. Here we've turned it on its side. The string holes that you just saw are up at the top of the plate now, and I'm doing a surfacing most of the stuff off. And you can't, it may not be evident, but right here I wrecked this part. It's hard to see from this angle, but the Tormach doesn't have anything to keep the tool from pulling out if you engage the material too aggressively. So you can see I actually ate into the vice jaw right there a little bit. The tool pulled out of the holder and ended up cutting too deep, and this right here is me redoing all the operations you've seen before and starting again. I actually had to remake this part. right there I was taking too aggressive of a cut, so I lightened up a little bit, took half the depth of cut, and you can see now it's cutting a lot nicer. But before, the toolpath for doing most of that clearing was an adaptive toolpath, which isn't as pretty once it's machined, so I actually left some axial stock there and then came back with a series of offset pass cuts to give the bridge this nice linear textured pattern, nice machine finish there. Not that it mattered given what Martin did to it later, but spoilers. Alright, now this is a fixture plate that I'm about to bolt the base of the bridge to. One of the cool things about doing this way is that since I'm making the fixture in the mill, as long as I don't take this fixture plate out of the mill, it's perfectly aligned for this last operation. I put these holes in it, I give it a little bit of relief behind the base so that it's not just a flat on flat sort of operation. I tap the holes and I can put the base plate on here through its own mounting holes, and that allows me to access the sides of the part and do all of the finishing operations in exactly the way that I want. It's pretty cool. So the bridge for the marble machine base was finished. It was beautiful. Martin and Carlos put it onto the base in France. It was beautiful, and everyone lived happily ever after. I'm just kidding. Martin took a cold saw to it, cut the tip of it off and so he could put the funkalizer right in front of it. And you know, I really don't mind, because on the marble machine engineering team, having your parts grinded by Martin is a badge of honor, and I think to this point I'm the only one who got the cold saw treatment, so I really felt the love there with that. In any case, it was a blast doing it. I love every single time I watch a marble machine video and the bass is playing, my kids will point out like, "Hey Daddy, you made that part." Super proud of it, even though he cut right through the middle of my logo. But I gotta say, Martin, I know you're looking at making the funkalizer a little more dynamic. I have another piece of stainless steel. We could make another one. Maybe a little integrated hinge here so the funkalizer turns on and off. Huh? Maybe? Call me. You know where to find me. And for everybody else, thanks for watching. Another episode coming up really soon. Ciao, again.